The narrow-gauge engines work very hard on the Skarloey Railway. They all do their best to impress the Fat Controller. Well, at least most of them do. Duncan always got into accidents and never really worked his hardest. But no one works as hard as Skarloey himself. Skarloey was also the only one who really bothered to keep Duncan in order. On with you little stupid trucks. Duncan, said Skarloey, if you push the trucks that hard, they'll tease you. That's why you get in accidents all the time, because they don't like you. Try chanting a little bit softer next time. But Duncan didn't want to hear any of it. What? He said. Speak up. I'm a plain-speaking engine. I'm just trying to shunt these trucks to get them ready so I can get some sleep. Well, we are trying to get some sleep too, Duncan, said Peter Sam. Ditto, said Sir Handel. I can't take any more of this. Finally, the trucks were in their proper places, and Duncan stopped shunting for the day. Oh, finally, said Rheneas. But the noise didn't stop. Duncan decided to complain instead. I'll have you all know that I'm a hard-working engine. I deserve more respect, said Duncan furiously. Nonsense, said Rheneas. Skarloey here works harder than any of us combined. I should be the one who's getting the respect around here. I have to deal with those cattle cars and hold in my anger. That takes a lot, you know. It wouldn't if you didn't have such a nasty attitude. Can we please take the spotlight and shine it on me? You all interrupted. That's very rude. Duncan, can't we all just get some sleep? Sir Handel, you need to treat me better than you do now. Oh, come on, Peter Sam. Sir Handel. Rubbish. Stow it, the lot of you. Duke had finally cracked. All the engines finally hushed. Now we all need to get some sleep. So I suggest, Duncan, Sir Handel, Peter, Sam, you three, please shut your smoke boxes up, or else I will. That will be enough, Duke. You are older and wiser than us, but your temper can sometimes be as bad as Sir Handel's. Good one, Skarloey. The next morning, Duncan had to take a passenger train. He was cross, as usual. He didn't want to do any work. Ugh, complained Duncan. I don't want to be here. I want to be back in the sheds, sleeping. Oh, shut up, said Henry crossly. I am not in the mood to hear any of your complaining today. Duncan just grunted and ignored Henry. Just then, Skarloey puffed up beside Duncan. Be careful, Duncan, with the coaches, said Skarloey. They can be as naughty as the freight cars. And Skarloey puffed away. Again, Duncan just grunted and ignored him. The guard's whistle blew, and Duncan continued on his way. Duncan puffed furiously down the line. Duncan wanted to get the job done quickly. He biffed the coaches furiously. The coaches were horrified. "Oh, stop it!" they wailed. But Duncan kept on bashing. "We'll pay him back!" chanted the coaches crossly. Then Duncan neared a siding. One way continued along the line, while the other ran into a forgotten pile of rubble. This gave the coaches a chance to pay Duncan back. They pushed him and bashed him back right onto the old siding. "Help!" wailed Duncan. He applied his brakes, but it was too late. Duncan lied sadly in the pile of rubble with some bushes perched on top of his boiler. The passengers were safe, and the coaches didn't derail. They were content with their payback. His driver quickly went for help. First, Peter Sam arrived to collect Duncan's coaches. "Fancy you getting in another accident," chuckled Peter Sam. Duncan didn't find it amusing at all. Then, to Duncan's dismay, Skarloey arrived to help Duncan out. "I warned you," he said as he buffered up to Duncan. Later that evening, the Fat Controller arrived. He spoke to Duncan sternly. "Duncan," he said, "I'm very cross with what you have done today. You have caused lots of confusion and delay. Tomorrow, you need to collect a special from the wharf, and you need to take it to the construction site near the woods. I expect you to be on your best behavior." "Yes, sir," said Duncan in agreement. The Fat Controller left. "You hear that, Duncan?" said Skarloey. "You have to be on your best behavior tomorrow. No mishaps must happen. Be sure to take all my advice." This time Duncan listened, and soon all the engines fell asleep, ready for the day's work tomorrow. The next morning, Duncan's driver was having difficulty trying to get the bush off of Duncan's boiler. Finally, with one great heave, the bush flew off the boiler, flew in the air, and landed on the Fat Controller. Oof. The driver panicked and quickly ran over. "Oh, sir, are you okay? I am dreadfully sorry. It was an accident." Oh my goodness. No, driver. It's quite all right. Oh, don't worry, sir. Here, let me help you, sir. Yes, thank you. Wait, hold on. Wait, hey! The driver had suddenly lost his grip. Ah! Ah! Ooh! The Fat Controller felt pain in all places. Ow! Then the tracks rumbled. Gordon was headed straight towards the Fat Controller. "Look out!" he cried. He closed his eyes in horror. Finally, the Fat Controller had managed to get himself back up again. "Oh, sir, I deeply apologize," he said. "Well, now I see Duncan's accidents aren't all his fault," he said. "You're just as clumsy as him." The driver walked back to the cab, feeling ashamed. "Well, I came here to see Rusty, but I might as well talk to you too, Duncan." "Duncan, I beg you to please take care when taking the special I've ordered you to do." "Yes, sir, I will do my best," said Duncan, and he quickly puffed away. Soon Duncan arrived at the wharf. Thomas was there. He had the supplies needed to be used for the new construction site on the narrow gauge railway. The crates were being unloaded to be placed onto Duncan's flat cars. "Hello, Duncan," said Thomas cheerfully. "How are you today?" "I've been better," said Duncan. "Oh, come on, Duncan. Cheer up, it's a beautiful day. Why not enjoy it instead of grumbling?" grunted Duncan. Finally, the cargo was loaded onto Duncan's train. "Well, it was nice seeing you," said Thomas, "but I best be off. Can't be late." And he puffed away. "Ugh, cheeky tank engine," huffed Duncan. "Let's go, Duncan," said his driver. "We can't be late either." And the grumbling yellow engine puffed away. At the construction site, all was going well. The construction crew were making a four-way intersection. Only one of the two lines were intact. The other sides were dead ends. Duncan didn't realize this and went in the wrong direction. "Look out!" called Jack. But it was too late. Duncan wasn't paying attention and fell off the line. Luckily, no one was hurt, but Duncan was badly dented. Then the Fat Controller arrived. He was surprised to see the mess. "Duncan," he boomed loudly, "I am very, very cross with you. I could not stress enough last night how important this special was in the completion of this construction project. And no matter how hard I try or how hard Skarloey tries, we can't change you, Duncan. We can't. You still cause a mess after all that you've gone through." Duncan had never felt so ashamed. He didn't say sorry, for he knew it wouldn't mean anything. The Fat Controller was too cross with him.
Duncan, how could you... I can't believe this! Then a railway inspector hopped out of his car. He was supposed to be there to inspect the construction project.
Sir, sir, he cried, your blood pressure. Don't get your temper too high. You may...
Oh. Great, now we're going to the hospital. Thanks a lot, Duncan. I hope you've learned your lesson once and for all.
And the two men quickly left. I don't think Duncan has learned his lesson. Do you?